Is in a situation now where obviously we're in a situation where we didn't play Trombetti, another starter, and our guys give up 113 yards in the second half. So very pleased with the way we responded in some adverse conditions. Offensively, uh, missed opportunities for the most part. We need to play better. It's Everett's going to get a lot of the blame. Obviously, he's the quarterback, but and he'll tell you he needs to play better. But we got to block better. We got to catch the ball better. We got to run better. I mean, an entire offensive unit was just not where it needs to be. And quite frankly, it's an opportunity for us now to critically evaluate where we are and what we need to do to get better. So, with that, a win and get to 3-0. First quarter of the season's down. We get a bye week. Hopefully, get some guys back and get ready for Syracuse. With that, I'll open up the questions. Absolutely. I mean, you'd like to, you're going to face it, Tim. At some time, it's going to present itself to you, and so it's a matter of how it's going to, how are your teammates going to respond, and how are your players going to respond? And I thought today they responded very well, and so you're going to deal with it now. It's behind us, and we know what the standard is. We're not sustaining. I mean, we're in position and we're falling off a block here. We're missing a fit here. It's just, and maybe it's just the continuity took us a little bit longer. It's nothing big, but it's everything. It's going to get better, and they will get better. It's just we're not where we need to be there. We're going to keep working and keep grinding, and we'll get there. We're just not there yet. And we're on the 3-yard line, and we're running a double team into the B gap, and we slip and fall, and somebody fires through the B gap. Little things like that they're got to get cleaned up before we get to where we want to be offensively. Well, he's grown exponentially as a person. In terms of his maturity, his leadership, his ability to communicate on a day-to-day basis, take responsibility. I could go on and on. He's a man, and again, he had to go through some tough times to get to that point. As a football player, he is evolving. He's getting better. He can make plays, as you can see out on the field, but he's got a ways to go too. And he'll tell you that. And I love the fact that he's a pretty good player right now, and he's only going to get better.
Brian, the 7 penalties, was that a product of the adversity, or was that maybe
crazy penalties? An offside penalty because you can't take the time to look at the official's foot, to line up. Are you kidding me? Things like that. And so they were little aggravating penalties for me more than anything else. A taunting penalty, which was uncalled for. Max's penalty, he's trying to hold up in that situation. I know he was not trying to target anybody. We understand the rule. We understand the interpretation of the rule. We're not arguing with it. But he was trying to hold up. The quarterback slid quickly, and those things happen. So there's 4 of the 7 penalties right there. 2 of them are knucklehead penalties, and 2 of them are, one of them is an aggressive penalty. The other one, he'll be. We'll take care of that one internally.
Coach, you got 6 defensive backs out for a myriad of different reasons. What are you doing to keep their jobs simpler?
Well, we almost used the entire. We came out with about 2 minutes and 5 seconds on the clock, at halftime because we're trying to coach it up on the run. We're down. I mean, we're depleted at that position. You know the situation on our roster. We lost, a 2-deep safety. We lost the starting corner. Then we lose another corner and 2 more safeties. So There's no waiver wire. There's no trading in college football. So we're trying to get young guys ready, and that's what we're trying to do in the locker room.
How's Drew Tranquil doing?
He did great. He doesn't know what he's doing, but he's awesome. He's running around there. And I say that kiddingly because he does know what he's doing. But we're trying to really keep it simple for him out there. And he is such a locked-in kid, and we're able to do some things with him. And he's only been here, 8-10 weeks. He's just where would we be without that young man? It's really pretty incredible. Yeah, well, I thought Brian called a great game. We played a lot. We showed a lot of pressure against Michigan in third down situations, and I thought he backed off a lot on third down situations. Tonight we played a lot more coverage, and I thought that caused some confusion for Purdue in third down, and then in some fourth down situations we brought some pressure. I thought Brian mixed it up very well, and I think when we got our opportunities in those fourth down situations, we had some really good pressures dialed up, and Jalen this week was part of those pressures, and he has not been. We've had him focused on his job. That inside backer position has been a whole new thing for him, and so we didn't want to put too much on him. But this week we really worked on a pressure package with him, and we were able to get it installed for him in this game.
Brian, an update on where would you evaluate where your team is heading into the bye in that perspective?
Well, I like a lot of things about the team. One is they love to play. They've got a great demeanor about the way they play this game. They're a group that pays attention to the things that I need them to pay attention to relative to preparation. But we're really young, and we'll benefit from every day on the practice field, and we will get better. So we're still not a finished product by any means. We're such a young team, and we're at 3-0, we're extremely pleased where we are. But we know we're nowhere near where we need to be the kind of football team we want to be.
Does this bye week come at the right time, considering the injuries and everything?
Considering the injuries, it does. Certainly, an early bye for us wouldn't matter one way or the other. But now with, Carlisle and Trombetti and Cole Luke and, Barati, the list goes on. This game was, and it has been one of the games that we lose a lot of guys, unfortunately, and it was again. So the bye week comes at a good time.
McGuire had to play probably a higher number of snaps in his career, and he had a very good game. Have you seen that coming in the last couple of weeks?
Well, we were hoping. We knew that Rabasa was probably going to have to take some snaps out there, with Trombetti out, and we knew that. Obviously, Blankenship was going to have to take him. We were hoping, 15, snaps, but he was able to do more for us. He's a well-conditioned athlete.
Brian, you talked about preparation and avoiding a letdown. Did you feel you had a letdown, or did Purdue force that upon you?
No, I don't feel we were. There was no. We didn't play flat. I thought our first drive was really precise, and we did the things that we wanted to do. We missed some plays. We overthrow a launch play. We miss a block here or there. We were just a little off in areas, and I think that's a lot of that is attributed to in some areas that we're still learning. We're still trying to get there. But again, Purdue, I thought, played very well as well, and we had some opportunities that we just left out there. And the way they played tonight, I think they should get some of the credit too.
Ryan, this program has had an update on the guys that went out today.
I don't have. I really don't. Amir had an MCL. I know that. Cole Luke was, neck. With Trombetti, was neck and head from last week, chest. Of course, we know the Redfield situation. Barati's shoulder slipped out again on him. I think those were the injuries. He's had this high ankle sprain that has not allowed him to really be a productive inside guy for us.
And with the depleted secondary, as you said, Tranquil doesn't always know exactly,
Well, yeah, we're trying to keep it simple for him.
do you have any thought of going with Fast Charlie?
We did. We coached him up at halftime. He was the next safety in.
Coach Banning Order said part of his job is getting the young players to speed up the learning process. How is he able to do that so well?
You get what you demand, and so first of all, they know that they've been called upon and they have to step up for their teammates. So, that accelerates the process too. And they know they have to pick it up. They know they're being counted on to go in there and they have to get the job done for us. So that's one. And then the second thing, Brian does a great job of teaching, as well as Kerry Cooks and Bobby Elliott, and that whole defensive staff does a great job of making sure. Kyle McCarthy's doing a great job with the safeties. We just have a great staff that are working with those kids and getting them ready.
Brian, what's the biggest difference in Everett's game?
I think, look, he just understands the game. The game's slower for him than it was when he was here in his first year. The game is slowed down. He sees the field better. He can see it better. He's not there yet. We missed some things tonight that would have changed maybe the complexion of the game and the way it would have kind of went. But, he's definitely, the game has slowed down for him quite a bit.
Brian, this program isn't following anywhere in the country, but what do you think about playing in Indianapolis and in this facility?
Well, first of all, it's special because we've got, you got two teams from the state of Indiana playing, in, one of the premier facilities. An NFL facility always gets the attention, of the college kids. And so being in this facility, two teams from the state of Indiana, and then we've got two kids from Indianapolis that are captains. So it was a special night for our football team. They were excited about it, making it a Shamrock Series. Again, I think it's a way to showcase Indiana football. College football in Indiana sometimes doesn't get, some of the notoriety it deserves, and hopefully tonight a little bit of it was shown on national television.
Coach, from here to clarify, sprain and still?
Sprain. Yep, sprain. Yep.
Anything else?
Good.